Hello everybody and welcome to more of the Trooper series where we are going through the lengthy process of chatting with all of my different companions.
Just got off the holo with Torf. He asked me to thank you for getting him out of that labor camp. He's starting to see the danger the other Deadeyes are in. Anxious for us to find them.
We could use him when we rescue the rest of the Deadeyes.
SIS already has him tied up in debriefs. Pretty much exchanged one cell for another. It was a mistake to trust a snake like Zayn, but Torf's heart was in the right place. I just hope this mistake doesn't get any of those men killed.
So we're obviously continuing on with the Deadeye story that we were doing previously with Jorgen.
Outstanding news, sir. We've got a positive fix on the Deadeye's location. Garza's people just finished decrypting the coordinates we sent them. The data points to an Imperial outpost on Hoth. Another labor camp, most likely.
First Tatooine, now Hoth. The Imperials must really have it out for the Deadeyes.
Picking off a few dozen Imperial officers will do that. Once we get those men out of there, we can put all this craziness behind us. I just hope we're not too late.
So you may have noticed that this episode is shorter than usual, and that's because I had so much of this companion content that I couldn't fit it all in one episode, but I had too little to fit into two, so we're just making two shorter episodes. But that's fine, because then we'll also do one more episode after that, where we talk about kind of the overall story, what I thought of it, maybe what we'll do for the future with the Trooper, and then coming up here real soon, you'll get the Inquisitor trailer, which is completely done and ready to go, and is really epic. So expect that sometime quite soon, which is gonna be awesome. Now, as far as the decision that I made at the end of the chapter 3, because if you remember, we got their general, we got the Imperial general, and basically what happened was the Senator was going to trade him to the Empire for like 1,000 POWs. Now, the problem with that is that he would then just go right back to the Empire and continue slaughtering people, because he's a genius, he's a mastermind. I will give him that. I mean, he's literally the reason why Jaxo died, which sucks. And my Trooper has that in the back of her head, and she's had that in the back of her head since that incident happened. Because of that, there were two reasons that she wasn't just going to let the Senator, or the Counselor, whatever her name is, the Prime Minister, whatever her Twi'lek name is, she was going to let her just give the General away, basically. I mean, it may have been for 1,000 lives, but the General's just going to murder twice as that in a day anyway, so it's not like it's a huge deal. Plus, having him in custody, I feel like could be a better benefit later on down the line in case we do have a bigger trade to make. I mean, you never know. Maybe it would be trading him for an entire planet. That would be worth it, which would be sweet. But, I mean, we'll see when Chapter 4, whenever it does come out for the Trooper. Now, the thing with the whole Jaxo thing, though, is that, I mean, he is literally directly responsible for killing her, as I said. So naturally you would actually think that my Trooper would want to just kill him off, as revenge. However, she knows better. She knows that Jaxo worked just as hard as my Trooper did and everybody else to try to capture him. And at the end of the day, it would be better to keep him alive simply to preserve the memory and to honor her death. I mean, if I had killed him, she probably would have just died for nothing, and we didn't want that. So having him alive is just a better choice overall.
Barracks, Hal, you two still breathing?
More or less. Didn't expect to see you here, sir.
Nor I. Care to tell me what you two are doing here?
What are you doing here?
My job. Don't you get it? This operation was never about rescuing POWs. We've been after one thing, Dusk 9.
Impossible. That place is just a myth.
Is it? We'll never know now, thanks to you two.
I must be missing something. What's Dusk 9?
It's nothing. Just a spook story the Imperials concocted to scare us.
Next to the Emperor's location, Dusk 9 is the Empire's best-kept secret. Hundreds of Black Ops projects are born there.
It's also a prison, according to the rumors. The things that supposedly go on there, too horrible to be real.
We're more interested in the intel hoarded there. We seeded thousands of bugged soldiers into the Imperial penal system, hoping for a bite.
Why so many soldiers?
To improve our odds, naturally. The more soldiers we seed, the better our chances of someone winding up at Dusk 9. We were using the wrong bait. The brass at Dusk 9 weren't interested in common soldiers. But how could they resist an SIS agent? So, I bugged myself, staged a bogus rescue operation, and let myself be captured. I was awaiting transfer when you two geniuses showed up.
You can still go on with your mission.
You don't think the Imperials will be just a teensy bit suspicious that you rescued the Deadeyes yet conveniently left me behind? Now, I have no choice but to abort my mission and try again somewhere else.
Sir, we can deal with Zayn later. Let's just find the rest of the squad and get out of here.
Jorgen, sir, they're dead. The cold, they didn't make it.
What? Trace? Copland? They're gone? But I thought... Zayn.
Take it easy, Jorgen.
Stay out of this, sir. You killed them. You promised them a rescue that never came, and now they're dead for it. How many other soldiers have died for you? Huh? 100? 1,000?
You can't kill me, Jorgen. Too many witnesses.
As far as we're concerned, sir, the Imperials killed him.
What? Wait, you can't just... Major, do something!
Put the gun down, Jorgen. Zayn has a lot to answer for, but this isn't the way.
Fine. He's not worth it anyway.
Much obliged. As for you, you think you can pull a blaster on me and walk away? I'll see you in prison for that.
You'll have every soldier in the Republic gunning for you if this gets out.
Right. Consider my lips sealed.
Let's get these men back to their squad. I'll call for an evac. They're off, sir. Mission accomplished.
You doing all right?
Honestly, I'd rather not talk about it right now, sir. Let's just get out of here.
Yeah, I don't blame him. That's some pretty heavy stuff. The fact that the Deadeyes did lose a couple members because of Zayn's little tactic that he was using isn't a very good tactic to begin with anyways, but let's see if Jorgen wants to talk about it now that he's had a second to think about it.
Sir, I'd like to apologize for my behavior earlier. When I heard about Trace and Copland, I just lost it. Would have done something stupid if you hadn't stopped me.
Losing a friend is no easy thing.
I can accept it when a comrade falls in battle, but those men were sold out. I'd have been no better than Zayn if I pulled that trigger. I'd just be another thug doing whatever it took to get his way.
You're a good soldier, Jorgen. Don't forget that.
Thank you, sir. There's always going to be men like Zayn calling the shots in the Republic. Can't kill all of them. Better to work with the system than against it.
The Republic needs more soldiers like you. You'll make it to the top someday.
Don't know that I'll ever trust the brass again. But I trust you, sir. You kept me from making the biggest mistake of my life. I won't forget that.
We'll finish off the rest of my companions in the next episode.